Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. Just a quick video clip about how to calculate the standard deviation by hand. Well, we're going to use Excel to do a lot of the work, but it's still quite a lengthy calculation. Well, we'll show you how to do it. So in Excel, if you have a bunch of speeds for men and women and you calculate an average, well, we want to find how far off each number is from that average. So 28.7 for the men. So we'll say equals 28.7 minus B2. And here we'll do, well, what's the women, 29.9 equals 29.9 minus C2. Okay, so if I do that for all of those numbers, and sometimes it is lower than the average, sometimes it's higher than the average. So sometimes the number is negative, sometimes it's positive. So if we added all those numbers up, it would be, they would add up to, well, let's go ahead and find the average just so you can see. So it equals, and then we'll do the average of all these numbers, and the average is pretty close to 0. Since I rounded this 28.71 to 28.7, but so we knew that the average difference from the average would be pretty close to 0, so that number isn't really helpful to us. So if we want to find out how spread out this data is, let's square those numbers. Okay, so if we say equals E2 times E2, then that will square that 3.7. So it'll be 3.7 squared. We'll do that same over here, and we will do that for all of them on down. Great. So now if I say an average of those numbers, oops, equals the average of, well, what do we want the average of? We want the average of all those numbers. The average is 12. Let's do for the next column. I'll just copy that over, grab the corner there. So what it says is the square of the differences is 12 for the men and 7 for the women. And so that's, I square the differences, found the average, then I take the square root of that. So the square root of that is 3.5. Do that for the other one as well, 2.6. So this is what we call standard deviation. So that tells us that the data, the driving speeds for the men is spread out more. It's spread out over 3.5 for a standard deviation compared to a standard deviation of 2.6. And we'll show some histograms later that help us see that data, but just would like you to calculate the standard deviation first.